When a woman is using you, she will tell you these 10 sweet lies. High-value men must watch. In the web of deception, the sweetest lies are often the most dangerous. Anonymous. Relationships today can be a minefield of half-truths and hidden agendas. On this episode of Win Stoic, we're peeling back the curtain on the 7 sweet lies a woman might tell you when she's merely playing a part. These aren't just charming words. They're strategic plays meant to tug at your heartstrings and keep you under her spell. As we expose these deceits, consider your own experiences and how seeing through these lies can empower you to reclaim your worth. Have you ever fallen for these traps? Let's discuss in the comments below, and together we'll navigate the path to true self-respect. 1. I just want you to be happy. When she says, "I just want you to be happy," it may sound like a sincere expression of care, but if you notice that she frequently uses this phrase to justify her requests or decisions, it could be a sign that she's taking advantage of you. She might claim that everything she does is for your benefit, but in reality, she's manipulating your emotions to make you feel obligated to comply with her wishes. As a high-value man, it's crucial to recognize when someone is leveraging your goodwill for their own gain. Stoic life lessons teach us the importance of maintaining our values and not being swayed by emotional manipulation. In these moments, you must ask yourself, does she genuinely care about your happiness, or is she using it as a tool to achieve her personal goals? Imagine you're in a relationship where every time you hesitate to fulfill her request, she reminds you that she's only thinking about your happiness. At first, it might seem like she's selfless, but over time, you realize that her concern always coincides with her getting what she wants. It's as if your happiness is a bargaining chip, something to be used to tip the scales in her favor. This scenario is all too common in modern relationships, where one partner may subtly, or not so subtly, control the other by appealing to their sense of responsibility and care. Let's take a look at a real-world example. Consider a man who always agrees to his partner's wishes because he believes she's acting in his best interest. She asks for favors, expects him to prioritize her needs, and justifies her actions by saying, "I'm doing this for us, for you." But in reality, her actions lead to him sacrificing his own needs and desires. Over time, he begins to feel drained and unappreciated, yet he continues to comply because he's been convinced that this is what it means to love and care for someone. This is where the wisdom of Stoicism comes into play. Stoicism teaches us to be mindful of our own needs and to ensure that our actions align with our values, not someone else's agenda. It's essential to recognize when your emotions are being manipulated and to stand firm in your principles. Ask yourself, have you ever been in a situation where you felt compelled to do something, not because it was right for you, but because someone else convinced you it was the right thing to do for them? How did that make you feel? Did it enhance your well-being, or did it leave you feeling used and undervalued? These are critical questions that every high-value man must consider. A true partner will respect your boundaries, encourage your growth, and genuinely care about your happiness without expecting something in return. In the end, the lesson here is clear. Your happiness should not be a currency for someone else's gain. High-value men understand the importance of balance in relationships, where both partners contribute equally to each other's well-being. Stoic life lessons remind us to remain true to our values and to be wary of those who might use our kindness and care against us. By staying grounded in what is genuinely important to you and by recognizing manipulation when it occurs, you can navigate relationships with clarity and strength, ensuring that your happiness is not compromised for someone else's benefit. What is Stoicism, if not the ability to maintain inner peace and integrity, even when faced with emotional challenges? So, be wary of sweet words, my friend. Comment, I am wary of sweet words. 2. Saying, I love you insincerely. When a woman tells you, I love you, but you sense something isn't quite right, it's crucial to trust your instincts. Love, in its purest form, is a powerful emotion, but it can also be used as a tool for manipulation when spoken insincerely. Sometimes those 3 words are uttered not out of genuine affection, but from a place of convenience, manipulation, or even guilt. It's important to remember that not every hesitant "I love you" signifies that she's using you. There are instances where she might say it because she feels pressured, perhaps because you said it first, and she feels obligated to reciprocate, even if her feelings haven't fully matured. In these cases, she hopes that her emotions will catch up to her words over time, and she'll genuinely feel the depth of love she has expressed. This scenario isn't about deceit. It's about navigating the complexities of growing affection. However, when those words are weaponized, when I love you is used as a tool rather than an expression of heartfelt emotion, it's vital to stay grounded in Stoic wisdom. Stoicism, a philosophy that teaches us to remain calm, rational, and observant, is especially helpful in matters of the heart. If she declares her love with ulterior motives, perhaps seeking something from you, be it money, status, or simply your undivided attention, you must step back and evaluate the situation with a clear and rational mind. This isn't love. It's manipulation. Recognizing these signs early on is essential to safeguarding your emotional well-being. Consider the story of a man who found himself entangled in such a situation. He was deeply infatuated with a woman who seemed perfect on the surface. She often professed her love for him, yet her actions never aligned with her words. She would frequently ask for favors, financial help, or special treatment, always reassuring him of her love. Over time, he began to notice a pattern. Her declarations of love were always followed by a request. Reflecting on Stoic principles, he realized that love isn't just about words. It's about actions. True love seeks the happiness and well-being of the other person without expecting anything in return. He eventually understood that she wasn't interested in him for who he was, but rather for what he could provide. This realization was painful, but also liberating, allowing him to reclaim his peace of mind and emotional freedom. Stoicism today reminds us to focus on what we can control, our responses, perceptions, and actions. If you notice that her "I love you" is consistently followed by demands, or if you feel a constant undercurrent of expectation, it's time to reevaluate the relationship. Ask yourself, when she says she loves you, do you feel a sense of peace, or does something feel off? Do her words align with her actions, or do you find yourself questioning her intentions? These are crucial questions only you can answer, but they're necessary for maintaining your emotional well-being. Stoic happiness isn't about avoiding relationships. It's about cultivating relationships that are grounded in mutual respect, honesty, and genuine affection. Love should be a source of joy, not stress or confusion. In conclusion, while "I love you" can be one of the most beautiful phrases to hear, it's essential to consider the context and the person saying it. Words alone are not enough. They need to be backed by actions that reflect true love and respect. The lesson here is simple. Don't let sweet words cloud your judgment. Pay attention to how she treats you, not just what she says to you. Stoicism teaches us to value our inner peace and happiness. And that means being with someone who genuinely cares for us, not someone who uses love as a tool for their gain. Keep your heart open, but your mind sharp, and you'll find the love that truly resonates with your soul. So, when she tells you she loves you, ask yourself, is this love, or is it something else? If these insights resonate with you, be sure to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's continue to explore the profound influence of Stoicism together, and remember, true love is shown through actions, not just words. Please comment, true love is shown through actions, not just words. 3. Compliment. You're a great lover. The greatest threat to a man's peace isn't the storm outside, but the calm deceit within. In relationships, where emotions run deep, it's easy to be swayed by sweet words. But as Marcus Aurelius wisely noted, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Let's explore how to maintain your stoic happiness and discern the truth behind those tempting words. In the realm of relationships, especially for those who embrace Stoicism today, the ability to remain grounded in the face of emotional turbulence is paramount. Imagine this. She gazes into your eyes, her voice dripping with sweetness, and tells you, "You're a great lover." It's a compliment any man would welcome, a boost to the ego that feels undeniably satisfying. But as Stoic philosophy teaches us, it's not the compliment itself that holds power, it's how we respond to it. Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Here your Stoic mindset becomes your greatest ally. Instead of allowing these words to inflate your ego, take a step back and question their sincerity. Is this praise genuine, or could there be a hidden agenda behind it? The Stoics were wary of flattery, understanding that words, no matter how sweet, can often conceal deeper intentions. Let's delve deeper into this scenario. The compliment about your prowess in the bedroom might seem harmless, even flattering. But what if it's masking something more? Perhaps she's attempting to divert your attention from a mistake she's made, seeking forgiveness without acknowledging her error. Or maybe, just maybe, she's using this praise as a tool to manipulate you into doing something that ultimately benefits her at your expense. Here lies the essence of winning Stoic. Not just enduring challenges, but thriving in the face of them. It's about holding firm to your principles, not allowing yourself to be swayed by momentary pleasures or the subtle manipulations that often accompany them. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, reminds us that the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. If you allow these flattering words to cloud your judgment, you might sacrifice your inner peace and integrity for temporary gratification. What are the consequences if you let yourself be blinded by these compliments? How will it affect your self-respect and the way you navigate your relationships and life. A Stoic man is always on guard, questioning the motivations behind the words he hears. He knows that actions speak louder than words, and that when there's a disconnect between the two, something is amiss. Seneca wisely observed, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity." In relationships, this preparation takes the form of mental and emotional awareness. By preparing yourself, you reduce the chances of being caught off guard by manipulative tactics. A woman telling you that you're the best lover she's ever had might seem like an opportunity, a chance to boost your ego, but for a man grounded in Stoicism, it's also an opportunity to practice discernment, to stay anchored in his principles, and not let flattery dictate his actions. In conclusion, never allow sweet words, no matter how enticing, to cloud your judgment. The essence of winning Stoic lies in remaining true to yourself, to your values, and not letting external validation or criticism define your worth. Remember, as the Stoics taught, your inner peace and integrity are far more valuable than any compliment someone can offer. Always ask the tough questions, stay alert to subtle manipulations, and strive to keep your emotions in check, no matter how sweet the lie may be. In the game of life, the true victory lies in mastering yourself, not in seeking validation from others. So if she compliments you, "You are a great lover," then tell yourself, "Keep a warm heart and a cool head." Now comment, "I keep a warm heart and a cool head." 4. Go ahead and admire those beautiful girls. I don't mind. When you hear a woman say, "Go ahead and admire those beautiful girls, I don't mind," you should be cautious. While she might appear easygoing and relaxed at first, deep down, certain things will undoubtedly stir feelings of anger and jealousy, like when your eyes are drawn to an attractive woman passing by on the street. It's important to recognize that women, just like anyone else, desire to be the center of attention for the person they care about. They want to feel special and cherished, and this seemingly casual permission to admire others can often be a subtle test. It's a way of gauging your level of respect, loyalty, and how much you value her presence in your life. Consider this. Imagine you're out with your partner, and your attention wanders every time a beautiful woman walks by. You might think it's harmless, just a glance, but what message does this send to the person beside you? In modern relationships, this scenario is all too common, yet it speaks volumes about the respect and consideration you have for your partner. A high-value man understands the importance of being present, of giving his undivided attention to the woman he is with, because he knows that respect is a cornerstone of any meaningful relationship. This doesn't mean you must avoid looking at other people altogether, but it's about controlling where your focus lies and ensuring that your actions align with the values you uphold. A modern example of this can be seen in social media behavior. How many times have we seen couples where one partner spends more time liking and commenting on strangers' photos than they do engaging with their own partner? This digital equivalent of wandering eyes can lead to feelings of insecurity and mistrust. As a high-value man, practicing Stoicism means understanding the impact of your actions and choosing to act in ways that build trust and respect. This also involves recognizing when you are being tested, not to play games, but to affirm your commitment and values. Stoic life lessons teach us to be mindful of our desires and to control them so that they do not control us. When a woman says she doesn't mind you looking at other women, consider what she might really be feeling. It's not about denying your natural reactions, but about choosing how you respond to them. Are you allowing your impulses to dictate your behavior, or are you consciously deciding to act in a way that aligns with the respect and loyalty you wish to embody? This brings us to a crucial question. How do you navigate these subtle tests in relationships while maintaining your integrity and the values of Stoicism? Remember, being a high-value man isn't about suppressing your natural instincts, but about channeling them in ways that uplift both you and your partner. It's about understanding what is Stoicism in the context of relationships, how it guides you to be more present, more respectful, and more in control of your actions. When faced with a situation where your partner seems to be giving you a free pass to admire others, consider it an opportunity to practice Stoic principles. It's not just about what you do in those moments, but about the underlying message you send. Are you a man who values respect, loyalty, and presence, or are you someone who lets fleeting attractions steer your behavior? The lesson here is clear. High-value men understand that true power lies in self-control and the ability to choose actions that reflect their deepest values. By doing so, you not only build stronger, more respectful relationships, but also embody the Stoic mindset that leads to lasting happiness and fulfillment. What steps will you take today to ensure that your actions align with the Stoic life lessons you aspire to live by? Do you believe you can control it? Comment, "I can control myself," to remind yourself. 5. Phrase, "You're my hero." When a woman tells you, "You're my hero," it might feel like a moment straight out of a movie, where the damsel in distress is saved by the gallant knight. But in the real world, especially in the context of relationships, this phrase can be more deceptive than it seems. While it's true that many men are naturally inclined to protect and provide, and the idea of being a hero taps directly into those instincts, you need to ask yourself, is she genuinely expressing admiration, or is she crafting a narrative to keep you on her hook? When a woman uses this phrase, she's playing on a deeply ingrained desire that many men have, to be seen as strong, capable, and indispensable. Marvel and other superhero franchises have made billions off this concept, knowing that the image of a hero resonates with so many men. But in the realm of personal relationships, these words can be used as a tool of manipulation. If she's saying this to you, take a step back and consider the timing. Did she drop this compliment right before asking for a favor or some sort of help? Is she using it to soften you up, to make you feel good about yourself just before she makes a request? This could be a sign that she's using flattery to get something from you. Think about it. Has this phrase been followed by a request that benefits her more than it does you? For example, does she tell you you're her hero? Then casually ask if you could pick up an expensive gift or help her out with something that requires a significant amount of your time and effort. Let me share a story that might resonate with you. A friend of mine, let's call him Jake, once dated a woman who would often say, "You're my hero," whenever he did something nice for her. At first, he felt great. Who wouldn't? But soon he started noticing a pattern. Each time she used those words, it was quickly followed by a request, usually something that required a lot of time or money. Whether it was picking her up from a distant location or buying her something extravagant, the praise was always a precursor to a favor. It wasn't until Jake was nearly drained emotionally and financially that he realized what was happening. She wasn't in awe of him. She was playing him. Once he stopped fulfilling her requests, the hero comments dried up, and so did her interest in him. Jake learned a valuable lesson about the dangers of mistaking manipulation for genuine admiration. Now let's bring this back to Stoic happiness and Stoicism today. How does recognizing these patterns relate to a Stoic mindset? Stoicism teaches us to value truth and wisdom over empty flattery or fleeting emotions. A Stoic man doesn't allow his self-worth to be dictated by someone else's words, especially when those words are designed to manipulate. Instead, he remains grounded, assessing situations with clarity and reason. Ask yourself, when you hear, "You're my hero," is this truly a reflection of your actions and character? Or is it a sweet lie meant to steer you in a direction that benefits her? It's crucial to remain vigilant and self-aware. What do you think? Are there moments in your life where you've fallen for similar traps, mistaking flattery for genuine affection? How can you apply the principles of Stoicism to avoid being misled by such tactics in the future? The key takeaway here is to stay true to your own sense of worth and not be swayed by words that, while flattering, may have hidden intentions. Understand that true admiration and love aren't conditional or manipulative. A woman who truly cares for you won't need to use such tactics to get what she wants, because your relationship will be built on mutual respect and genuine affection. Embrace Stoic happiness by knowing your value and recognizing when someone is trying to exploit it. As you navigate relationships, keep this Stoic principle in mind. Let your actions, not others' words, define your self-worth. 6. Compliments about your appearance and qualities. When a woman compliments your appearance or qualities, it's natural to feel uplifted. We all enjoy hearing nice things about ourselves, but sometimes those sweet words may carry a hidden agenda. Let me guide you on how to discern whether these compliments are genuine or part of a larger scheme. Picture this scenario. She showers you with praise about your looks or character, but every time there's a compliment, it's followed by a subtle request. Maybe she hints at something she desires but can't afford, like an expensive handbag, or suggests it would be really helpful if you could cover her bills this month. Perhaps she mentions how handy you are, just as the fence in her yard desperately needs fixing. If you notice that her flattering words are consistently accompanied by requests, it's time to consider whether those compliments are meant to manipulate you rather than genuinely express admiration. A woman who truly cares about you will compliment you simply because she wants to see you smile, not because she's scheming to gain something from you. Her praise will come freely, without any strings attached, often in response to the thoughtful things you do for her. Not because she has a hidden agenda, but because she genuinely appreciates you. If her focus is primarily on the things that she knows will trigger your instinct to help or provide, this could be a red flag that her compliments are not as sincere as they seem. To put this into a modern context, imagine you're in a relationship where your partner frequently compliments your generosity. She constantly tells you how amazing it is that you're always willing to help others, especially when it comes to finances. She admires your work ethic and praises your ability to make things happen. However, these compliments are soon followed by requests. She needs a little extra money for something, or she asks you to cover her rent for a month because she's in a tight spot. At first, you're happy to help, because her words make you feel valued. But over time, you start to realize that every compliment about your generosity is tied to her needing something from you. Is she genuinely appreciative, or is she using your desire to be seen as generous to her advantage? When she compliments you, do those words truly lift your spirit? Or do they feel like a precursor to a favor she's about to ask? Does she acknowledge your kindness just to get what she wants? Or does she praise you simply because she values you? These are crucial questions to ask yourself to discern her true intentions. In the Stoic mindset, particularly in Stoicism today, we are taught to see things as they truly are, not as we wish them to be. It's about finding Stoic happiness through understanding and wisdom, recognizing when someone is trying to manipulate us versus when they are genuinely appreciating us. Stoicism encourages us to maintain our inner strength and not be swayed by flattering words that are merely a means to an end. By applying these principles, you can protect your peace and ensure that the relationships you build are grounded in authenticity and mutual respect rather than hidden motives. So, the next time you receive a compliment, take a moment to reflect on the intent behind it. Is it a sincere expression of admiration, or is there something else lurking behind those sweet words? The lesson here is simple. Be mindful of the motives behind the praise you receive, and strive to build relationships where love and appreciation are freely given, not bought with favors. This awareness will help you achieve Stoic happiness and build a life grounded in authenticity and mutual respect. Comment "I agree" if you resonate with this perspective, or "I don't think so" if you have a different opinion. 7. Advice to be cautious. When you find yourself consistently footing the bill in a relationship without any genuine offer of contribution from her side, it's not just a matter of financial imbalance. It's a clear signal that your relationship might be more transactional than you realize. Picture this. You're sitting at a cozy restaurant, the bill arrives, and as always, you're the one reaching for your wallet. She doesn't even make a pretense of reaching for hers, instead brushing off the subject with an excuse or a clever deflection, perhaps suggesting that it's your role as the man to provide or claiming that she's too stressed from work to think about such trivial matters. This isn't merely an oversight, it's a significant red flag. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one." This wisdom extends to relationships. A woman who genuinely values you will naturally want to share in the responsibilities, not just bask in the benefits of your generosity. This is where Stoic happiness and Stoicism today come into play, teaching us that a relationship should be a partnership, where both individuals contribute to each other's growth and well-being. But let's peel back the layers a bit further. You might have hesitated to address her lack of contribution, possibly because she has cleverly convinced you that her financial struggles justify her actions. She might craft a narrative about how hard she works and the immense pressures she faces, making you feel guilty for even entertaining the thought of asking her to pitch in. She may utter phrases like, "You don't care about me," "You don't love me," insinuating that your love is directly tied to your willingness to cover her expenses. This is where the wisdom of Stoic life lessons becomes invaluable. Seneca famously stated, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." If she is exploiting your kindness to fulfill her desires without giving back, This is a clear sign of someone who craves more than she is willing to give. A dynamic that a wise man must recognize and address. Take, for instance, the scenario where she hints or outright asks for an expensive designer handbag. Even if she's experiencing financial difficulties, the question arises, is it truly your responsibility to fund her luxury desires? If she's expecting you to cover her past financial mistakes or support her extravagant tastes, this is a glaring red flag. Epictetus would remind us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Reacting with a Stoic mindset means setting firm boundaries and understanding that you are not obligated to fix someone else's financial situation, especially when it's driven by superficial desires. In the context of modern life, many men find themselves in situations where they are pressured into supporting a partner's lifestyle that they themselves may not even afford. This isn't about being stingy or unkind. It's about recognizing when someone is using you for their benefit. The teachings of Stoicism today emphasize the importance of self-respect and mutual respect in relationships. A true partner will appreciate the value of shared responsibility and won't manipulate you with sweet lies to satisfy their own needs. In essence, the lesson here is simple yet profound. Be vigilant and discerning. When a woman is using you, she often conceals her intentions behind sweet lies, expecting you to fund her desires without offering anything meaningful in return. This isn't love, it's exploitation. By applying Stoic life lessons to your relationships, you'll learn to see through the facade and make decisions that align with your self-respect and core values. Remember, a relationship should be a partnership of equals, not a one-sided arrangement where only one person benefits. Stay wise, stay grounded, and always keep your Stoic mindset at the forefront of your interactions. This is the path to true Stoic happiness in today's world. 8. You don't need to worry about that. Imagine you're in a relationship and the woman you're with says, "You don't need to worry about that." At first, these words might feel like a warm blanket, offering you comfort and reassurance that everything is under control. But for high-value men who embrace the Stoic mindset, it's essential to dig deeper and see beyond these sweet words. Sometimes such statements can be a subtle tactic to distract you from critical details or to conceal something she doesn't want you to notice. As Marcus Aurelius wisely advised, keep your mind tranquil, for it will help you see through all truths. In today's world, this means maintaining a calm, clear perspective that allows you to discern whether her words are genuinely aligned with her actions. In relationships, especially for men striving to embody the principles of Stoicism and high value, it's crucial to stay vigilant and not let reassuring words cloud your judgment. True peace of mind doesn't come from being told there's nothing to worry about, but from fully understanding the situation and seeing that actions match the words. A Stoic mindset isn't about being suspicious or overly cautious, but about being wise and perceptive, ensuring that your emotions and decisions are grounded in reality, not in comforting illusions. When she tells you, "You don't need to worry about that," take a step back and observe the bigger picture. Are her actions consistent with what she's saying? Is there something more lurking beneath the surface? By applying the principles of Stoicism and maintaining your composure, you'll be better equipped to navigate these situations, ensuring you're not being misled by sweet lies. As a high-value man, your focus should be on cultivating relationships built on trust, transparency, and mutual respect, values that are at the core of both Stoicism and modern life. Remember, words can be as powerful as they are deceptive, and it's your responsibility to discern the truth behind them, safeguarding your peace and well-being. This vigilance is not just for your own sake, but for the integrity of the relationships you hold dear. Only when you live authentically, grounded in truth and transparency, can you achieve inner peace and grow sustainably. In doing so, you truly embody the spirit of a high-value man, not just in romantic relationships, but in all areas of your life. 9. You do it better than anyone else. When she tells you, you do it better than anyone else, it might sound like a genuine compliment, something that inflates your self-esteem and makes you feel valued. But pause for a moment and consider the timing of these words. If you notice that she often uses this phrase just before asking you to do something for her, it could be a subtle tactic to make you feel obligated to fulfill her request. This form of manipulation can make you feel compelled to live up to the praise, trapping you in a cycle where you're constantly striving to prove yourself worthy of the compliment. As Epictetus wisely stated, "Don't let others control your emotions, master yourself." In the world of Stoicism, true happiness, Stoic happiness, comes from within and is not dependent on external validation. It's crucial to recognize when praise is being used as a tool to influence your actions, rather than a sincere expression of admiration. Have you ever found yourself doing something you didn't want to do because someone made you feel special or indispensable? This is a common scenario where people, especially men, fall into the trap of trying to meet others' expectations, often at the cost of their own values and boundaries. Stoicism teaches us to be vigilant about our emotions and the motivations behind our actions. Ask yourself, are you acting because you genuinely want to, or are you being subtly coerced by the sweet lies disguised as compliments? In today's fast-paced world, Stoicism today, it's easy to lose sight of our inner strength, letting others dictate our actions through flattery. But as a high-value man, your worth is not determined by how well you perform tasks for others, but by how well you maintain your integrity and self-respect. Reflect on this. When was the last time you did something just to please someone else, even though it didn't align with your values? This introspection is key to understanding how often we let others steer our lives through seemingly harmless words. In a society that often equates worth with productivity, it's easy to fall into the trap of constantly seeking validation from others. But Stoic happiness isn't found in external approval, it's found in self-mastery. A high-value man understands that his actions should be guided by his principles, not by the need to fulfill someone else's expectations. Marcus Aurelius, another great Stoic philosopher, once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." This means that if your thoughts are clouded by the desire to please others, you'll never find true happiness. Instead, focus on cultivating a mindset that is resilient to external influences. When someone showers you with praise, take a moment to assess whether it's genuine or if it's being used to manipulate you. This awareness is crucial in maintaining your autonomy and ensuring that your actions are driven by your own values, not by the sweet lies others might tell you. Now consider this. How often do you find yourself needing to hear these compliments to feel good about yourself? This reliance on external validation can be a slippery slope, leading you away from the path of Stoic happiness. As you navigate the complexities of relationships, remember that a high-value man is defined by his ability to remain steadfast in his principles, regardless of the external pressures he faces. Stoicism today encourages us to focus on what we can control: our thoughts, our actions, and our responses to the world around us. When you master these, you'll find that you no longer need to rely on others' approval to feel fulfilled. Be mindful of the sweet lies that may come your way. They might sound appealing, but they can easily lead you astray if you're not careful. Embrace the teachings of Stoicism to cultivate inner strength and resilience. Remember, true Stoic happiness comes from within, and it's achieved by mastering yourself rather than seeking validation from others. So, the next time someone tells you, "You do it better than anyone else," take a moment to reflect. Are you acting out of genuine desire, or are you being swayed by a carefully crafted lie? This awareness is the key to living a life of integrity and true happiness. Do you understand what I mean? Comment, "Yes, I understand," if you understand. Comment, "I don't understand," with your question. Let's discuss. 10. Compliment. I love our conversations. When a woman says, "I love our conversations," it might seem like a genuine compliment, especially when you're invested in her emotionally. However, if these conversations are only through text or the occasional phone call, and she consistently avoids meeting in person, this could be a red flag. She might be using you as an emotional crutch, a stand-in for the man she truly desires. Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." If your thoughts are tinted with hope and expectation, you may not see that she's only keeping you around for convenience. What is Stoicism, if not the practice of seeing things as they truly are, without the illusions we often create? It's crucial to recognize this behavior and protect your peace. Consider this next lie. You're so strong, you're so attractive, you're so sexy, you're so successful, you're so handsome, you're so generous. These words can make any man feel invincible. We are biologically wired to respond to positive reinforcement, especially when it comes to our sense of self-worth. But when these compliments are given by someone who might be using you, they are not sincere, they are strategic. Seneca once said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." The moment you allow these flattering words to cloud your judgment, you set yourself up for manipulation. After inflating your ego, she may soon ask for a favor or a gift. It could be immediate, or she might bide her time, waiting until you're fully under her spell. This is where the Stoic life lessons come into play. Remain grounded, observe her actions, and be mindful of her true intentions. Modern life presents countless distractions, and it's easy to be swayed by the opinions of others, especially when they're showering you with praise. But as Epictetus taught, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Apply this wisdom to your interactions. If a woman constantly praises you and then asks for something in return, see it for what it is, a transaction, not a genuine connection. True Stoicism is about understanding the nature of people and events and responding with clarity and virtue. So, how do you navigate these situations with wisdom and strength? Start by practicing self-awareness. When you hear those sweet words, take a moment to reflect. Are these compliments followed by a request? Does she only engage with you on her terms? Is she reluctant to meet face-to-face or commit to deeper conversations? These are all signs that she might be using you, not valuing you. Recognizing these manipulation tactics is not about being cynical, but about empowering yourself to see past the facade. A Stoic man recognizes the difference between genuine affection and calculated manipulation. He is steadfast, guided by reason and virtue, and does not let his emotions be swayed by flattery. This approach not only protects your peace, but also ensures that you build meaningful relationships based on mutual respect and authenticity. Remember, in the words of Epictetus, first know who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly. In other words, know your worth, and never allow anyone to treat you less than you deserve. If you find this helpful, helping you realize many things in your relationship, please comment below "Great," so we can continue with the next secret. As we close out this video, it's crucial to be aware of the subtle lies that may indicate a woman is using you. By recognizing these 10 sweet lies, you can safeguard your emotions and make more informed choices in your relationships. Here at Win Stoic, we strive to equip you with the practical wisdom needed to approach love and life with confidence. Growth and happiness start with seeing the truth and incorporating these insights into your daily life. Have you encountered any of these lies before? Share your experiences in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more on how to tell if she truly loves you. 21 facts about the body language of a woman who is sexually attracted to you. Stoic life lessons. Stoicism. Knowing others is intelligence. Knowing yourself is true wisdom. Mastering others is strength. Mastering yourself is true power. Lao Tzu. Welcome to Win Stoic, where we blend ancient wisdom with modern insights for personal growth and happiness. Today we're diving into a fascinating topic: 21 facts about a woman's body language when she's sexually attracted to you. Understanding these subtle cues can enhance your interactions and foster deeper connections. As you watch, think about how these insights might apply to your own experiences. Feel free to share your thoughts and stories in the comments below, and let's learn and grow together on this journey. 1. Shrugging and lifting shoulders. Women often unconsciously display their interest through subtle body language cues, one of the most telling being the tenderous reaction. This reaction involves a woman shrugging and lifting her shoulders when she likes a man, akin to the way she might cradle a baby, symbolizing affection and tenderness. The lifted shoulder gesture is more than just a physical movement. It's an instinctive mimicry of the roundness of the female breast, subtly signaling nurturing and attraction. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher, emphasized the importance of understanding human nature and behaviors. He believed that by comprehending these subtle signs, one could navigate social interactions with greater wisdom and empathy, which are core principles of what is Stoicism. To delve deeper, consider this. When a woman lifts her shoulders in your presence, she is not only displaying a tender gesture, but also unconsciously communicating her comfort and attraction towards you. This body language cue, while seemingly minor, can be a powerful indicator of her feelings. In the context of modern life, where digital communication often overshadows face-to-face interactions, recognizing such nonverbal signals can give you a significant edge in understanding and connecting with others on a deeper level. Stoic life lessons teach us to be observant and mindful of these signs, enabling us to respond with appropriate and genuine actions. 2. Tossing her head back to expose her armpit. When you observe a woman tossing her head back so that her hair falls over her shoulders or away from her face, you might be witnessing a clear sign of her sexual attraction. This gesture is not limited to women with long hair. Even those with short hair perform this action. According to body language experts, this movement serves a dual purpose. Firstly, it exposes her neck and armpit, areas known to release pheromones, which are subtle chemical signals that can attract the opposite sex. This seemingly casual gesture is deeply rooted in our primal instincts, designed to draw attention and communicate interest without uttering a single word. Think about a time when you felt a sudden, inexplicable attraction to someone. Was it something they said, or was it an unconscious physical cue like this one that stirred your emotions? Let's take a step back and ponder. How often do you miss these subtle cues in your fast-paced lives? If yes, please comment yes. If not, please comment no. If not often, please comment sometimes. Are there times you felt a connection but couldn't pinpoint why? By becoming more aware of these nonverbal signals, we can better understand our social interactions and build deeper, more meaningful connections. This awareness is not just about romantic attraction, but can also improve our overall communication skills, leading to a more fulfilling social life. So, what can we learn from this particular gesture? It's a reminder to pay attention to the nuances of human behavior. It's a call to be present in our interactions and to recognize the silent signals that convey interest and affection. In doing so, we can cultivate more profound and genuine relationships, guided by the wisdom of Stoicism today. This approach not only enhances our personal connections, but also brings a sense of Stoic happiness into our lives, rooted in awareness and empathy. 3. Swaying hips more than usual. If a woman is sexually attracted to you, she might exhibit a subtle yet noticeable sway in her hips when she walks. This movement, more pronounced than usual, can often be observed when she's heading to a location where she knows you'll be watching, such as the bathroom. This is not merely a random behavior. It's a primal signal rooted in human evolution, meant to catch the eye and communicate interest. Think of this sway as an unconscious dance, a physical manifestation of attraction. The human body is the best picture of the human soul, said Ludwig Wittgenstein, and this is particularly true when it comes to body language. Have you ever noticed this kind of movement and wondered if it was intentional or just a coincidence? By understanding these subtle cues, you can better interpret a woman's interest in you. A Stoic mindset teaches us to observe without judgment and to understand the deeper motivations behind actions. This awareness can help you navigate social interactions with clarity and confidence, aligning with the principles of Win Stoic. When you see a woman swaying her hips, consider the context and other accompanying signs. Is she making eye contact, smiling, or playing with her hair. All these elements combined can give you a clearer picture of her feelings. So, the next time you notice this movement, instead of dismissing it, ask yourself what it might mean in the broader scope of your interaction. How does recognizing these signs change the way you engage with others? Can this awareness enhance your personal and social life, embodying the Stoic mindset in every interaction? By cultivating a keen sense of observation, you can better understand the subtle languages people speak, leading to more meaningful and intentional connections. 4. Touching up makeup. When a woman excuses herself to the bathroom during a date and returns with a fresh coat of lipstick, it's a clear indication that she's trying to look her best for you. This seemingly small gesture speaks volumes about her interest and effort to present herself attractively in your presence. In the realm of body language, such actions are significant indicators of her attraction. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Observing and interpreting these subtle cues can profoundly influence your understanding of social interactions and relationships. A woman who touches up her makeup is not merely adhering to societal norms of beauty. She's signaling her desire to be noticed and appreciated by you. This act of reapplying lipstick is a testament to her effort to maintain an appealing appearance, reflecting her interest and investment in the date. In modern life, where first impressions and appearances hold considerable weight, recognizing these signals can enhance your interactions and relationships. It's essential to appreciate these gestures and respond with the same level of attention and care. This advice is particularly relevant in today's fast-paced world, where digital communication often overshadows face-to-face interactions. Paying attention to such details can set you apart, showcasing your attentiveness and emotional intelligence. 5. Looking at your lips. When a woman is sexually attracted to you, one subtle yet powerful sign is her focus on your lips. She often glances at your lips, not just as a fleeting look, but with a lingering gaze that draws your attention. This isn't a random act. It's a deep, almost instinctive gesture rooted in human nature and biology. When she does this, it's as if she's unconsciously highlighting her own lips, making them appear more inviting and attractive. The act of looking at your lips can also cause her tongue to move in a way that's designed to catch your eye, perhaps licking her lips or subtly biting them. This is her body's way of communicating her desire without words, using the universal language of attraction and seduction. Now let's dive deeper into how this behavior plays out in modern life. Picture a scenario where you're having a casual conversation with a colleague over coffee. As the discussion progresses, you notice her gaze frequently dropping to your lips, her eyes lighting up each time you speak. This seemingly small act can be incredibly telling. It's her way of signaling interest, a silent cue that she's drawn to you on a deeper, more intimate level. This subtle dance of looks and gestures is often more potent than words. Have you ever found yourself doing something similar without realizing it? These non-verbal cues are powerful tools in human interaction, often conveying more than we could ever say out loud. They play a critical role in how we form connections and express our unspoken desires. Ultimately, understanding these subtle signs can enrich your interactions and help you build more authentic relationships. It teaches us that the language of attraction is often silent, but profoundly expressive. By being mindful of these cues, you can create a more engaging and fulfilling social life, grounded in the principles of Stoicism and the pursuit of true happiness. This approach not only enhances your personal connections, but also aligns with the Stoic philosophy of living a life of virtue and self-awareness, where every interaction is an opportunity for growth and understanding. 6. Stroking her purse. Let's dive into a fascinating fact that might seem trivial at first, but actually speaks volumes. Picture this. You're in a casual conversation with a woman, and she gently strokes her purse. This seemingly innocuous action could be a significant indicator of her attraction. She might even go a step further and ask you to pass her purse or find something inside it. Why is this important? Well, placing her purse within your reach is a symbolic gesture, inviting you into her personal space. It's her way of bridging the gap, showing trust and openness, which are key elements in building a connection. Conversely, if she moves her purse away, it indicates emotional distance, signaling that she's not interested or feels uncomfortable. Now, consider this scenario. What if she repeatedly places her purse near you? This isn't just a random act, it's a deliberate choice. Women often use objects as extensions of their presence, and by positioning her purse close to you, she's subtly indicating her desire for proximity. This act of moving her belongings into your space is a non-verbal way of saying she's comfortable around you and wants to be closer. It's essential to be mindful of these cues to build a stoic, respectful interaction. But why does this matter? How can recognizing such a small gesture make a difference? Well, it's all about understanding the language of attraction and responding in a way that honors both your feelings and hers. This is where the Stoic principle of empathy comes into play. By being attuned to her non-verbal signals, you can create a more profound connection, rooted in mutual respect and understanding. 7. Raise your eyebrows and lower your eyelids. Among countless signs, one notable gesture that women use when they are trying to seduce a man is the act of raising their eyebrows, while subtly but strongly lowering their eyelids. This expression, often likened to a woman's facial expression during her moments of climax, is a strong indicator of her interest and desire. Do you agree with this point of view? If you agree, please comment, "I agree," to connect with like-minded people. This combination of eyebrow movement and drooping eyelids is more than just a random facial expression. It is deeply ingrained in human psychology and instinctive behavior. It signals vulnerability and openness, inviting the man to come closer, both physically and emotionally. In the context of Stoic life lessons, recognizing such non-verbal cues fits with the principle of observing the world around you without letting emotions cloud your judgment. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul colors its thoughts." By attentively observing these subtle signs, you cultivate a mindful awareness that enriches your interactions and helps you navigate social dynamics with wisdom and grace. 8. Walking or sitting with a limp wrist. When a woman walks or sits with a limp wrist, it's a subtle but powerful signal. This gesture, frequently employed in the realm of seduction, conveys an air of submissiveness that can be incredibly appealing to men. It suggests a willingness to be led, creating a dynamic where the man feels he can take the lead. This isn't just about physical attraction, but taps into deeper psychological cues embedded in human behavior. In Stoicism today, understanding these signals can be a path to Stoic happiness, where self-awareness and control over our responses play a critical role. Imagine you're at a cafe, observing people around you. You notice a woman at the corner table, her wrist resting softly on the table's edge as she engages in conversation. Her body language is open, inviting, and subtly submissive, drawing attention without overt actions. This isn't a sign of weakness, but a strategic expression of interest and availability. In a modern context, think about the stories we hear about successful professionals who, despite their strong personas, know when to let their guard down in personal settings to foster deeper connections. This duality is what makes human interactions rich and complex. Reflecting on this, how often do we miss these subtle cues in our daily lives? The limp wrist gesture, while seemingly trivial, can be a profound indicator of attraction and interest. It's a reminder that in our pursuit of Stoic principles, paying attention to non-verbal communication is crucial. By honing this awareness, we not only improve our interactions, but also foster more meaningful relationships. In conclusion, recognizing and understanding the body language of attraction, such as the limp wrist gesture, enriches our social interactions. It's not about dominance or submission in a negative sense, but about creating a balance and flow in our communications. By integrating this awareness into our daily lives, we align with Stoic principles, fostering Stoic happiness and deeper, more fulfilling connections. 9. Caressing her knees. When a woman touches and caresses her knees, it can be a strong indicator of sexual interest. You might think this gesture is subtle, but it speaks volumes about her feelings and intentions. Imagine you're sitting across from her, and she begins to gently touch or caress her own knees. This act might seem innocent or even unconscious, but in reality, it's a significant non-verbal cue. She's likely not aware she's doing it, which makes it all the more telling. It often signals a desire to bridge the physical gap between you two. If she's touching her knees, it could be a reflection of her wish to touch yours as well, symbolizing a deeper longing for closeness. Remember, body language is a powerful form of communication, often revealing more than words ever could. In conclusion, touching and caressing her knees is more than just a random act. It's a potential indicator of her interest and desire. Embracing a Stoic approach to interpreting these signs can guide you towards better understanding and deeper connections. How will you apply these insights into your interactions moving forward? Can you see how a Stoic mindset can transform the way you perceive and respond to such signals? Reflect on these thoughts and see how they can enhance your journey towards personal growth and improved relationships. 10. Exposing the underside of her wrists. One fascinating indicator is the gradual exposure of the soft, delicate surface of her wrists. This gesture is often not deliberate, but rather an unconscious sign of vulnerability and openness. In the realm of Stoicism, we are taught to observe the world and its nuances with a calm and discerning mind. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." By applying this principle, we can better interpret the silent language of attraction. The exposure of a woman's wrists signals trust and a willingness to let her guard down, akin to the Stoic approach of embracing truth and authenticity in our interactions. In modern life, such gestures might seem trivial, yet they carry profound implications. Recognizing and respecting these subtle signals can lead to deeper, more meaningful connections. For instance, when a woman gradually reveals the underside of her wrists, she is, in essence, communicating her comfort and interest. This is not just a random act, but a significant body language cue that speaks volumes about her feelings. It is essential to approach such moments with a Stoic mindset, where we remain observant and reflective rather than reactive. In summary, the gradual exposure of the underside of a woman's wrists is a delicate yet telling sign of attraction rooted in the natural progression of human behavior. By integrating Stoic principles, we can better understand and appreciate these subtle cues, leading to more meaningful and authentic connections in our lives. This approach not only enriches our personal interactions, but also embodies the essence of what Stoicism teaches us about living with intention, awareness, and virtue. 11. Cross your legs. Crossing your legs is a classic and seductive move, commonly seen on women, especially when they wear short skirts, shorts, or tight leggings. This gesture is both discreet and revealing, making it one of the most seductive body language signals a woman can display. It's a subtle but intentional way to draw attention to her legs, and it says a lot about how comfortable and attractive she is. But in addition to physical charm, there is also a complex psychology here. When a woman crosses her legs, she may be signaling her openness to closer interactions, while still maintaining a degree of modesty and self-control. This balance between vulnerability and restraint can be extremely seductive. But how do we apply this knowledge in practice? One way is to interact with people with these signs in a respectful and sincere way. Ask yourself, what does her body language tell you about her state of mind and emotions? Do you respond to her interest with equal care and respect? If yes, comment 1, otherwise comment 2. This self-awareness and concern for the comfort and care of others is completely consistent with Stoic happiness, which emphasizes harmony and mutual respect in our relationships. 12. Stroking her thigh or neck. One significant indicator, which brings us to our 12th point, is when a woman sensually strokes her thigh, neck, or neck. This seemingly simple action holds deeper meaning and potential. If you notice her doing this, it's a clear sign that she's feeling a heightened level of attraction towards you. This gesture is an invitation, suggesting that if you respond correctly, she's open to you reciprocating that touch. It's essential to understand that women have a higher density of sensory nerves compared to men, which makes them more sensitive to physical touch. This sensitivity is not just physical, but also emotional, making their touch a powerful form of communication. Have you ever wondered how these small gestures can communicate so much more than words? When you observe a woman gently stroking her neck, think of it as her way of inviting you into her personal space, signaling comfort and attraction. This action can often be accompanied by other signs of interest, such as sustained eye contact, smiling, or leaning in closer during your conversation. It's crucial to be attentive to these cues, as they collectively form a clearer picture of her feelings towards you. By understanding and responding to these signals appropriately, you can foster a deeper connection and mutual understanding. This approach aligns with the principles of Stoicism, which emphasize awareness, empathy, and emotional intelligence. Incorporating a win Stoic attitude means you are confident yet respectful, making you more appealing and trustworthy in her eyes. When a woman sensually strokes her thigh, neck, or neck, it's a clear signal of attraction. Responding with a Stoic mindset ensures that you approach these situations with calmness and respect, ultimately leading to more meaningful connections. 13. Stroking phallic-shaped objects. One particular sign, number 13 on our list of 21 facts about the body language of a woman who is sexually attracted to you, involves the act of stroking objects. This might include cigarettes, the edge of a wine glass, an earring, or any phallic-shaped object. This seemingly innocent gesture is a powerful unconscious sign of what might be going through a woman's mind. Stroking these objects can be a manifestation of a woman's inner thoughts and feelings being projected onto external objects. Psychologists assert that such actions are often an unconscious reflection of internal states, indicating a level of sexual attraction. When you notice a woman engaging in this behavior, it's essential to understand that it could be a way of communicating her interest without verbalizing it. This subtlety in body language aligns with the Stoic principle of observing the world with a calm and discerning mind, allowing us to see beyond the obvious and understand deeper truths. In conclusion, the act of a woman stroking objects like cigarettes or the edge of a wine glass is more than a mere habit. It is a profound indicator of her internal state. 14. Twirling her hair. Number 14 on our list of 21 facts about the body language of a woman who is sexually attracted to you involves a classic, almost timeless gesture, twirling a lock of hair. This simple action can be incredibly revealing if you know what to look for. When a woman wants to catch a man's attention, she might gently curl a lock of her hair around her fingers or even put it in her mouth. But here's the critical nuance. This gesture is seductive only when performed openly, with the arm and hand moving gracefully and the end of the lock entering the mouth softly without being bitten. If done correctly, it's a captivating sign of interest, blending shyness with flirtation. However, if the movement is hidden or the hair is bitten, it typically signals boredom rather than attraction. In conclusion, the way a woman twirls her hair can tell you a lot about her feelings and intentions. By paying attention to the details of this gesture, you can gain valuable insights into her level of interest and attraction. This understanding can contribute to a greater sense of Stoic happiness, as it helps you navigate the complexities of human interaction with more confidence and clarity. Remember, in Stoicism today, it's not just about recognizing the signs, but about appreciating the subtle beauty of human connection and the profound messages conveyed through the simplest of actions. 15. Placing one leg under the other. 15th. Let's delve into the attractive aspect of body language that can reveal a woman's sexual appeal to you. Imagine you are talking to a woman and she cleverly moves to put one foot under the other. This movement may seem trivial, but it carries important meaning. By adopting this relaxed posture, she not only signals her comfort around you, but also eliminates any formality during the interaction. It's a way for her to create a more intimate atmosphere, helping her feel more comfortable in your presence. Furthermore, This position gives her the opportunity to expose her thighs, a subtle yet powerful gesture that shows that she finds you interesting. Exposing her thighs isn't simply about showing physical attractiveness. It's about being open and vulnerable. It's her way of showing that she's comfortable enough to let her guard down around you. This gesture is deeply ingrained in our subconscious, where many of our truest reactions reside. According to renowned body language expert Joe Navarro, non-verbal communication is a complex code written nowhere, known to no one, and understood by everyone. In this context, her foot position is a silent but eloquent form of communication. Have you ever noticed how our body language often betrays our true feelings before our words? If you think it's true, please comment "true," because this is a perfect example of that phenomenon. When a woman moves into this more comfortable position, it is an invitation to connect on a deeper level. She is subtly telling you that she is interested and open to more intimate interactions. 16. Rocking her shoe on her toe. To understand the subtle yet powerful cues of a woman's body language, particularly those that signal sexual attraction, we delve into these gestures that are often overlooked. One fascinating gesture is the rocking of a shoe on the toe. This action, which involves a woman gently slipping her foot in and out of her shoe, is laden with meaning. It communicates a high level of comfort and relaxation in your presence. Moreover, it carries an undercurrent of sexual innuendo, akin to the phallic symbolism of inserting and removing the foot. This gesture is not merely about comfort. It is a non-verbal way of saying, "I am comfortable with you, and perhaps I am open to more intimate encounters." The subtlety of this gesture is what makes it so powerful. For many men, the female foot holds a peculiar allure, and the act of a woman exposing her foot in this manner can be incredibly enticing. When a woman displays such a gesture, it's essential to respond with respect and subtlety. Acknowledge her comfort by maintaining open and relaxed body language yourself. This reciprocal non-verbal communication can deepen the connection and build trust. Remember, Stoicism emphasizes control over your actions and reactions, not over the actions of others. By remaining calm and composed, you embody the principles of Stoicism, showing respect for both yourself and the other person. In conclusion, the gesture of a woman rocking her shoe on her toe is a subtle yet powerful indicator of her comfort and potential interest. Recognizing this, while staying true to Stoic values, enhances your social interactions and personal growth. 17. Holding a gaze with slightly lowered eyelids. One particular sign, number 17, can be quite telling. When a woman holds a man's gaze with slightly lowered eyelids, allowing the connection to linger just long enough for him to sense the situation before she looks away. This subtle yet powerful gesture creates a captivating dynamic of both spying and being spied upon, often sparking a strong sense of desire. The seduction lies in the silent communication, the unspoken acknowledgement of mutual interest. This phenomenon isn't just a random occurrence. It's rooted in our very nature as humans, a dance of connection that has been playing out for centuries. Now, let's delve into why this specific gesture is so impactful. When a woman holds your gaze in this manner, it signals confidence and interest without overt aggression. The slight lowering of the eyelids adds a layer of vulnerability and intimacy, inviting you into her world. It's a move that suggests she's watching you, evaluating you, and inviting you to do the same. This mutual observation can create a bond, an electric connection that words often fail to achieve. Have you ever wondered if someone you encountered was sending you a signal you missed? Reflecting on past interactions with this newfound understanding can be enlightening. Next time, try to be more mindful of these subtle cues. Look for the lowered eyelids, the held gaze, and the quick glance away. Engage with the world around you with a sharper eye and a deeper understanding of the silent conversations happening in every encounter. In conclusion, the lesson here is clear. Pay attention to the unspoken signals. They are everywhere, woven into our daily interactions. By honing your ability to recognize these signs, you open yourself up to richer, more meaningful connections. 18. Plucking her eyebrows. When a woman plucks her eyebrows above her forehead, it can seem like a small, inconsequential action. However, this gesture carries significant meaning when it comes to body language, especially in the context of sexual attraction. By engaging in this act, a woman may unconsciously be making herself appear more defensive, which paradoxically can be quite seductive. This is because such a gesture can trigger the release of hormones in a man's brain that are closely associated with protection and defense. Essentially, the act of plucking eyebrows can signal to a man that the woman is vulnerable or in need of protection, which can be incredibly alluring. You might be wondering, how can something as simple as eyebrow grooming have such a profound impact? Well, it's all about the subtle cues we send and receive without even realizing it. Our brains are wired to pick up on these minute signals, and they can evoke powerful emotional responses. As the renowned philosopher Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." In this case, a woman's subtle grooming habits can elicit a reaction in a man that aligns with his instinctual desire to protect, thus enhancing his attraction to her. So, the next time you find yourself in a social setting, take a moment to observe the body language around you. Pay attention to those subtle gestures like eyebrow grooming that might otherwise go unnoticed. How can understanding these cues help you in your personal interactions? This awareness is not about manipulation, but about enhancing your social acumen and empathy. 19. Gathering her hair into a ponytail or bun. To captivate a man's attention, a woman might gather her hair and lift it into a ponytail or bun. This seemingly simple gesture reveals more than just a preference for a different hairstyle. It unveils the delicate and vulnerable skin on the back of her neck, an area typically concealed. This act of exposing a more hidden part of herself is inherently attractive, as it demonstrates a blend of vulnerability and openness. It suggests a willingness to be seen and known, to drop the defenses that often guard us in daily interactions. This gesture, rich with implication, is a subtle but powerful form of communication that signals interest and a certain level of submissiveness, creating a potent dynamic between two individuals. So, next time you notice a woman lifting her hair into a ponytail or bun, recognize the layers of communication embedded in that simple act. It's an invitation to engage more deeply, to see beyond the surface, and to appreciate the vulnerability being shared. By integrating Stoic life lessons and understanding what is Stoicism, we can navigate these interactions with grace and wisdom, ensuring that we respond in ways that build trust and intimacy. In this way, we honor the ancient teachings while applying them to the complexities of modern relationships, making our lives richer and more connected. 20. Touching her neck. Number 20. The neck holds a special allure as one of the most sensitive and erogenous zones of a woman, often becoming a subtle yet powerful signal of sexual attraction. Touching or exposing the neck can draw a man's attention almost instantly. But why is this so effective? The answer lies in both biological and social factors. Men are instinctively drawn to the soft, smooth skin of a woman's neck, which is often considered an indicator of youth and vitality. In many social settings, the neck is one of the few areas women can reveal without appearing too forward, making it an acceptable yet tantalizing display of attraction. The neck's allure isn't just about physical attraction. It's intertwined with deeper, more instinctual responses. A bare neck can signal vulnerability and trust, inviting others to come closer, both physically and emotionally. In conclusion, the sensitivity and exposure of the neck play a significant role in nonverbal communication of attraction. By understanding and observing these cues, you can gain valuable insights into a woman's interest, allowing you to respond thoughtfully and appropriately. This not only deepens your interactions, but also aligns with the Stoic principles of mindful observation and emotional resilience. Remember, every interaction is an opportunity to practice Stoicism today, fostering deeper connections and enhancing your Stoic happiness in a world full of fleeting moments and superficial exchanges. 21. Turning her knees and legs towards the man she's interested in. Let's delve into one of the more telling gestures, a woman turning her knees and legs towards you, forming a triangle of personal space. This seemingly simple act holds significant meaning. It's not just a random movement, but a deliberate signal of her interest and focus on you. The orientation of her legs is not just about comfort. It's a clear indicator that she is tuning out distractions and emphasizing her attraction. This positioning creates a kind of invisible barrier, subtly warding off other potential suitors and declaring, "You are the person I'm interested in, and no one else." Such nuances in body language can be likened to the ancient wisdom of Stoicism, where actions often speak louder than words. In conclusion, the act of a woman turning her knees and legs towards you is a powerful indicator of her attraction and focus. It's a physical manifestation of her interest, aligned with the Stoic practice of reading between the lines and understanding the deeper meanings behind actions. As we wrap up today's video on the 21 body language signs of a woman who is sexually attracted to you, I hope you've gained valuable insights to recognize and understand these subtle cues. By applying these principles, you can enhance your interactions and build deeper connections in your daily life. If you found this content helpful, please leave a comment and share your thoughts. Don't know what to comment? Just write, "I dare," to let me know you made it to the end. And if you haven't subscribed to Win Stoic yet, now's the perfect time to join our community. Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay strong and keep growing, warrior.